we displayed on in colonial times on the plantations, and now we had to keep in line on the plantations, or you had to keep your children in line because they'd become victimized or a victim of some sort of cruel practice if they stepped out of line. So moaning and creating a situation emotionally, whether you're upset because of the beating or you got no food, or just being disruptive, maybe in the eyes of the slave master, you had to keep your child in check. So that sort of parallels to today's behaviors, where parenting, as a consequence of trauma, transgenerational trauma, down that timeline, we still have these practices where we're still keeping our children in check on a certain level. So talking out about a feeling of being emotional was a no-no. It's still a no-no. And there's no plantation master now, but we still have this same practice going on and these same behaviours. So to be able to say, oh, I'm in pain, or I feel upset about this, no. We've been conditioned really to still operate in that manner. So seeking help through therapy, especially as a black man, you're supposed to be strong, you're supposed to be virile. There's these sort of this stigma attached to black men, or these stereotypes where you're looked upon as being supposed to operate in a particular manner. I think it's reinforced in the black community amongst men. We treat each other in a particular manner where you're supposed to be strong, you're supposed to be hard, you're supposed to look after your family in a particular manner. That doesn't always happen, and your children. If you're a real black man, I'm not saying, some people might say if you use the N-word, if that word's associated to you as a black person, you may not operate in a typically black fashion where you're looking after all the parts you're supposed to look after. So I think it's just how we've been conditioned over time, and that sort of filtered into the family unit and systemically just been passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah. How does generational trauma play a role in how inner city communities view mental health?
Well, I think that was just an example that we talked about.